All right, it's time for that beautiful, amazing show that's here to save you from TwitchCon hype. That's right, it's the SpaceBro Show with all of tonight's stupendous, amazing guests. Like the one and only mystery guest here, Toy Grubbin. You love it, baby. Oh, and the amazing Sergeant Tickles. That's right. And of course, joining us from his humble abode over there on the other side of Kerbal space. That's right, it's Dr. Groves. And you know me, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I figured I'd do the token green screen to make up for Sergeant Tickles' stream last week. So here I am. So good, so good. All right, there we go. No, I really did. I can put it up anytime. It's like, I was like, man, I felt so bad because I had Tickles green screen the entire time. I'm like, I will do the whole show with the green screen background to make up for it. It's okay. We'll just do it. Now he's got the nice space background on his logo and everything. Because I have it non-mirrored on Zoom. You have that option. So, because what happened to some guests or us before on Zoom is it was constantly inverting itself. So I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. That doesn't work. So, absolutely. All right, let me turn. Can't hear Tickles. How about now?
That's weird.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear any of us?
You can hear us now, right? Okay, yeah. That was a Go XLR thing because it was like I have to sometimes toggle and untoggle. You have to double toggle. If you don't double toggle down, it doesn't always
You
work.
can't triple stamp and double stamp.
That's right. There ain't no there ain't no tiggy backs. Awesome, opossum guys. Well, anyways, yeah. So, we talked about whether we were going to do a show or not, and we realized last week we were like, well, crap. There's 4 of us going to be here at least anyway at home, at our respective homes. Not that we're in the same home, but So why not do the show?
We are the world.
Absolutely. No SpaceBro stream house, only on special occasions. I don't think we'd be able to tolerate living with each other that long. It'd be crazy. But
Maybe
no.
for a week.
Just give me a corner. Give me a corner on the floor. I'll be all right.
Yeah, Toy will sleep anywhere. He's proven that with the crazy places he's taking me to in Germany. It's like, no, this looks great. Oh, there's a pillow on the hardwood. It's perfect.
Did you see my VIP trip apartment? Oh my god,
No,
you would have died if you would have saw the bathroom in it. I'll show you some pictures later.
Yeah, I'll have to see him.
Hilarious.
I'll have to see him because no, I didn't see that yet. So lots of stuff going on at TwitchCon. We aren't going to get all that. We're going to stay on point with Star Citizen tonight. There's a lot of good stuff on Star Citizen, but there's also some cool games out. And I just I've been downloading Ghost Recon myself. I haven't got to play it tonight because I've been really busy. But
I'm totally not playing it right now at all.
I know. I was like, I heard you on your stream. You're like, they're like, well, you're gonna have to go for the show. They're like, I can definitely play and absolutely do the whole show the entire time. And they're like, well, how are you gonna communicate? Like, I got this. It's all right.
I just discovered that there's a little fucking talk inside too. So
yeah. So if he's going, well, I feel the Mantis is really, there's 2 on your left. We'll know what's going on. It's not Tourette's.
I totally try to talk to my team sometimes. I'm like, fuck, I'm
yeah. It could happen. It's all
This is going to be fun.
It's going to be an interesting one. That's okay, though. So let's go around the room, find out what everybody's been up to, what's going on. We'll start out with the man with the bigger name than the entire show logo, Toy Grubbin.
I keep waiting for you to add names to us, so I'm like, I'll do it myself.
No, and I honestly, this week should have been the week I did it because we knew who was going to be on the show well in advance. But I was totally stressing with taxes and CPAs and stuff, and I got it all done finally last night. And then I drove the wife. She actually, I made her take a break from work because she works at home on Fridays. And I made her like ride with me up to sign the taxes
Oh my god.
and send them in, and they're done. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. So, well, we can fix all that. We could just go like this.
I just can't do
I
it.
challenge Toy.
We can just do this the whole time. I'm good with that. I mean, I got my markers down there. It's easy. Now, what you need to do, if you're a professional, If you're a
This is totally
professional,
better.
what you should do is do like they do with that was that orange guy where you can merge your face into your logo and it'd have lips and eyeballs and then it'd be talking. That would be the ultimate.
This is the prettiest I've ever been in my life.
Here we go. Everybody's getting into it now. Anyway, so Toy, what have you been up to, buddy? What's been going on? I know you've been doing some Star Marine testing and everything else, but tell us what you've been doing this past week. Your mic's not working right now, so I don't know who you're talking to, but yeah.
Toys literally, it was working like 2 seconds ago.
And this is not me. This is literally not me.
No, you guys can hear me. This is bullshit.
Now
You guys see
I
the
can
green
hear
light.
you.
Now we hear you.
Now I can
see
hear
the
you.
green light. You guys are fucking with me.
No, go back
No,
and
no,
watch
legit.
the
No,
VOD.
we-
Look
Some-
at chat. He's
somebody
like, we can't
clip
hear
that.
Toy.
Whatever.
He's all like, I
No,
don't
I
believe
just-
it.
I've been playing the hell out of Star Marine lately, and then for the past like week, I've been having these issues. And it's just Star Marine was playing like crap. Every time I get in a firefight, it would stutter and lock up on me, you know, micro lock up on me. It wasn't like, 10 seconds to lock up, but, just like half a second or something. And it was driving me insane. And one of my viewers, I fucking love that green screen, Matt. I'm so jealous. But
Oh, did you put yours
one of
up?
my viewers, Al-Anon, found this random freaking internet video that said that, see you later, that found this random ass video from that said that my IQ software for Corsair was causing an issue.
Oh,
And
was it? Really?
So I downloaded the latest driver and it fixed it, and
Nice.
I just couldn't believe it. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was rage streams there for a couple
Yeah,
of
well,
days.
that just
man.
goes to show you, chat is always smarter than the streamer. So
Oh,
It
for
does
sure.
happen
you just,
that way
you just have
sometimes.
to filter out all the bullshit. But there's always that one guy who actually knows what he's talking about. You just can't let him be occluded by everybody else just talking shit. So it usually works out.
Yeah.
Well, so.
Yes, my IQ was causing issues.
Oh my gosh.
That will happen.
That's
That happens to
crazy.
me all the fucking time.
I get to the point where stuff like that happens and I just start uninstalling shit. I'm like, still doesn't work? Uninstall.
I
Still
was
doesn't
ready
work?
to freaking reinstall Windows, man. I was really ready to do that.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating when stuff doesn't work right.
Yep. Absolutely. How about you, Mr. Drones? What's been going on this past week for you?
I've been playing the hell out of Kerbal. I don't know. I started playing it again and got addicted and started building a space station and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been
Stuck
tuning
with
in
it.
when I
It's been
can.
fun.
Yeah, it looks like you're having a good time. I
Appreciate it.
still have never played Kerbal Space Program. I never have.
It's a pain in the ass, but it's very fun if you like the really complex challenges, like the
I like
I think
those.
of it like Hellion, but more complicated.
Yeah. I like challenges like that sometimes. I'm just
Mhm.
not good at streaming them because I am a get in my head type, like, oh, what's going on here, and then it's like disconnect, and I don't.
Let's be honest. I never said I was good at streaming.
Well,
Fair enough.
I think you're more entertaining than I would have been streaming it personally, but no, it
Thank
does
you.
look like a fun game. The new Kerbal's supposed to have multiplier, I believe.
Oh, I can't wait. Please
So-
tell me you're going to start playing when that comes
Oh,
out.
I definitely will. Anything
Jeez.
multiplayer, I'm always down to try. A lot of
Hell
games that
yeah.
are solo, I'm kind of like, I don't know, but it looks really good. We're gonna have just a total podcast with no video because it's like they're like, we're not allowed to do all this cross marketing. I'm waiting for like a Pepsi logo to come up over Tickle's things or something. It's like, we just worked out a deal. We're marketing it over here now for Pepsi. It's gonna happen. But anywho, so yeah, it's
It'd be
been
a
entertaining to
Jameson
watch.
label, if anything.
The only person I haven't got to watch lately is honestly Toy, because he comes on usually when I'm on or after me, and I get to watch him for a few minutes where I'm like,
I hardly
have to go
ever
to
get
bed.
to see Toy for the
Yeah.
same reason.
I haven't stayed on
Toy,
streaming
you
Star
need to
Citizen.
Scale back your start time.
Yeah.
Just bring it back
Well,
a little bit.
I even streamed Star Citizen way late yesterday
Chums.
because I was trying to catch him on Star Marine, and he didn't get on Star Marine until I was like done for the night. And I was like, it's also time zones, right? Because he's West Coast, I'm Midwest here in Central. So by the time he starts late anyway, it's like 1 a.m. my time. So there you go. So, and along with Toy's logo, we're gonna have some closed captioning stuff for him soon.
I was
Because
going to say his
he's
mic
ta-
just keeps stopping.
Yeah, he doesn't believe us though.
Dude, clip it. Someone clip this right now, for real.
I don't know what the hell is going on. I wonder if I
Now
broke
it
my
just started
keyboard.
working.
Yeah, I see it.
Now
I see it.
I just want to know why suddenly people care.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
It's coming in real. Oh boy,
fights are gonna start.
it could happen. Well, Sergeant Tickles, how about you, buddy? What's been going on this week?
Dude, not much, honestly. This is like kind of new, this whole breakpoint shit. It's kind of fun. It's not like Wildlands was as much, and it kind of upsets me, but I can deal with it. It's kind of like Division 2 and Wildlands had a fucked up child, and that's kind of what it is. Are we all just putting shit over our faces now?
Apparently, that's
It's on now.
I'll continue now that I fit into the crowd. Yeah, I like Drones. Drones is good. So meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Now, Toy earlier was like, "Oh, look what I was gonna do," and all this stuff, and I'm like, "Dude, you don't even know. I got all those. I got so much of that." But most of Mitachi's ends up as headbands because I'm a fat, sweaty bastard when I exercise. So since I don't ride motorcycles, they end up like here. You know, it's like, all right, let's do this thing. That's kind of my jam. So push the hair up, get it pushed up nice and tall. Just kind of go out and I look like some really bad 80s aerobic instructor that didn't quite make the cut.
It did look like that.
Yeah, so. No, but those are great. I definitely used to use these in the winter a lot. And this one I got is he had the skull one, and I have a gas mask one that I use, and then I got all my other ones like that, so. But people in the neighborhood really appreciate it. They think I'm like really styling, I can tell. It's awesome.
My neighbors love me. I go and poke my head in the windows, with this thing on.
Yep.
Middle of the night.
He was telling me, he's like, yeah, we got them for Halloween. I'm like, that looks like a safe bet. We're full Belvic and like masks around Halloween time. No problem there. Be good. Crazy
Nothing
sauce.
could go wrong.
Nothing at all. It'd be perfectly fine. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm really frustrated because part of the thing, even though it's going to be awesome, I'm going on my trip into this next month. It's when everything comes out because I'll be gone the 20th through the 29th of October. So like, there's a bunch of games dropping on the 25th. I'm really hoping to get as much Star Citizen content. Hopefully we'll get 3.7 and whatever other updates and maps and everything else that pop up sometime soonish. And hopefully I'll get pushed to live sometime soonish after that. I'm hoping it's not one of these things that goes week after week or week. And then it's like, oh, it's the 19th of October. By the way, we're now just putting it out.
Well, I was discussing that the other night on my stream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, this 362, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Really long in the tooth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's partly because look at this. We should have been in PTU, a week and a half ago?
Yeah. I think it was the first or second week of the month they should have been. And we're at the end of the month.
Usually Evocati has it about, well, when I say usually, last year, Evocati had it, it's like end of week 1, beginning of week 2-ish.
Yeah.
We would get it, first wave would get it about, week 3 usually?
Yeah. There was even 1 or 2 instances I remember Evocati only had it a week. And it was just a decent build because it was one of those in-between builds. And this is the other thing with their what do they call it? Their staggered development.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they did anyway. Because I was thinking about this last night. Every patch they'd have like a major update patch that gameplay features stuff. The air one was kind of like a half patch anyway. In between time.
Yeah.
They all didn't have huge features. So I don't really feel like they're doing anything huge different externally than what they did before. They're just doing it different internally, supposedly, but we'll see how that plays out over the next year. But the whole thing is, this year has been a real drawn out, and these like sub patches and sub builds, the 3.6.2s, the 3.6.1s, and all this stuff. It just feels like they're really scared of not releasing a good body of content with each major patch. So they're going against what they originally said, of like, hey, we're going to let stuff slip to the next patch and all that stuff. I mean, because if they followed what they originally said, You would have had the 890 reach into 3.7. You would have had all this stuff, and other things get pushed out, and we'd already be in 3.7 now, and they would have had that stuff in 3.8, like the current content. I feel like we're a patch behind already, even though it's kind of masked in the dots. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. I think they're reluctant to release anything to Evocati because 2 seconds later it's all on leak sites everywhere, like instantly.
But it's been that way since there's been Evocati, to be honest. I know there's a whole push to like don't leak everything and all that stuff, but I feel like that's more marketing than anything. I'm not saying people should go leak anything. I think that doing leaks is violating your NDA, and it's at your own risk thing. You should not do that. I wouldn't violate an NDA of mine. I know that. But that's half the reason I don't sign up for Evocati. But what I am saying is there's no way CIG at this point can't expect it. Right?
I don't think anyone would be against it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be like, oh, I'm shocked it got leaked, you know? It's like, I think they'd be more shocked if there was a build that did not get leaked. At this point.
I would be. I'd be completely surprised.
Absolutely.
He said, this build didn't get any leaks. I'd be like,
what? It's like, we have no idea what's happening. It's
bullshit.
been Evocati for weeks. Who knows? I have no idea. I can't believe the entire community, which is most of the active communities in Evocati at this point, nobody leaked it. And I wonder, like, really, who are they leaking it to? I mean, I guess the wider public, because I feel like everybody who's actually watching the streams and stuff is almost in Evocati at this point, or the people that are in the active player base are. So I feel like we're just like, oh, look, he showed me what I saw yesterday when I was playing the game, you know. I guess you're all leaking it for my benefit. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much, but I don't advise doing it. So I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. But a lot of cool things happened as far as just information. There was good information flow through over this past week, I think, with just some new stuff for at least content creators like ourselves to talk about different aspects. And the ever slow, not fully leaked, not fully released Super Mantis ship that's like been slow leaked for how long now?
Oh God, it's horrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
horrible.
Sounds right.
And they're not going to, and I didn't even realize till you guys told me, they're not going to start selling this ship until the 10th. Is that right? Ish? Something like that?
I think so.
Oh my God.
I think that's right.
I mean,
Weird.
What ship now?
the Mantis.
The Mantis. What ship? He doesn't know. What's the Mantis? I never even
What is a
heard about it.
mantis?
What is this Mantis?
No, I don't fucking care about
Just
the
a
mantis.
thing.
Yeah, I know. We were
Me either.
we were already kind of talked about, but we did put up a little bit of a poll because I was interested because we kind of theory craft last time about the impact we thought or thought not it might have on the community when it comes in. So I was going to share this real quick too. This doesn't screw anything up. Oh, good, it worked. So basically, I put this out the other night when I was streaming. We were talking about it on the 26th. It was just a couple day poll. Said, had a great discussion during the stream last night about Star Citizen's latest ship, the RSI Mantis, and how it could impact the PU. I'm curious what your thoughts are about the impact of the ship to our current live universe. Not like, oh my God, this is the worst ship ever, or, you know, this is the best thing since sliced bread. We're talking about when it drops, presumably with 3.7, as they've stated, into the current live universe. And we had a decent turnout for like activity for what I did, just about 62 votes on it. And I was surprised. 47% of people think it will be more fun with the Mantis out there. And I'm like, well, you're all griefing assholes, but that's great. I love you. But I was even more surprised by the fact that 42% thought things will just remain the same. So it won't have any impact on
One of
you.
those.
You're one of
It'll
those?
have
Okay.
an impact.
When I voted, I was the third person to vote, and it was 33% across the board.
Yeah,
Thought it was
people always
great.
troll me in the beginning like
That's
that. They're like,
awesome.
let's make this as even as possible. We're going to negate this whole poll. Watch me click the buttons. Yeah, it's even again. Bastards.
It's true.
But only 11% of people thought things will be less fun. And that really shocked me because the amount of people, if you go to Reddit, right, the outpour of like tears and like, oh my God, it's going to ruin everything and it's going to break the game, you know, and I can't solo truck anymore. And I'm like, And I don't understand it. I'm just like, wow, so we have that much salt there. I guess that means nobody from Reddit actually watches my stream. So, I mean, congratulations on you guys. You guys are good human beings, I suppose. So that's cool. That's why I never read Reddit. Yeah. But, you got to take all the information for everywhere. So I don't know. I'm really interested to see where this goes with this ship and how it actually be. But I just wanted to share that real quick because I was really surprised with like how that panned out. Hole wise, I was thinking it was going to be a lot more even, or it was actually going to be more heavily weighted on the things will be less fun. So, but that's not the way it went. Pretty crazy sauce.
I don't think it's going to have that big of an impact. I just don't see, people are going to use it and then people are going to counter it, right? Like that's the back and
I
forth.
think it'll balance out in that regard, but I think
it's going to be a troll magnet.
Yeah. I think it initially will. It also depends on how hard it is to kill, to be honest. If it's like,
not going to be that hard.
I
If
think
they
it's
try and
just
keep
that
that
easy.
bubble up, they won't have shields. They probably won't have much weapons and won't have much thrusters. That's how they said they're going to balance it. If you're keeping that shield up to keep people from jumping away, you're not going to have all those extra things. So
yeah, that makes sense. It's crazy. Let's go over to. No, not live. We want to do the other video first, didn't we? Hang on. We'll fix that.
we don't want the salt pouring yet.
Not yet.
I know a lot of angry people about Star Citizen Live today.
Why?
Which is weird
Yeah,
because
why?
I didn't get
I
that.
watched it. I wasn't angry at all.
The biggest thing is that guy talked about how, Chris Roberts is saying this is going to be a skill-based game. And this guy just basically counteracted what Chris said, that it won't be a skill-based game. So
I didn't get to that part. You'll have to show me that time.
Oh, hey, I mean,
Yeah,
he
I don't
specifically
think I
says
missed
it. They
the
sent me
part.
clips of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I only got through the first 20, 30 minutes because I just didn't have time to watch it all yet. So
I think I'd take that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I told him. But
we all know the backpedaling will be fierce if that's what it was actually said. It was like it would be more backpedaling than yeah. I was gonna do a political reference, but I'm not gonna do it because I decided not to. All right. So inside Star Citizen, I actually really like this episode. And we'll get over here to the correct scene. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch it. I know everybody's been busy with different things. But
I watched most of it.
I've watched it like 100 times already.
I bet Toy watched it 100 times the first 40 seconds.
Yep.
So he could just watch the Banu
That Banu.
Defender in like slow-mo, baby. Over and over again. Because he's like heavy into that ship.
I love this thing. It looks beautiful.
I have to say, I think
It is a beautiful ship.
as far as the ship goes, I like the interior more than I like the exterior at this point.
It was so much bigger than I expected it to be inside.
Mm-hmm.
That room right there, I thought it was just going to be like a little tiny skinny hallway because that ship is tiny, but that hallway is huge there.
But I think the overall ship profile is huge too. Just like, you know what I mean? I think it's a lot larger than we realize.
I always see the picture of the guy outside of it, and it just looks so small.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, Sergeant Tickles? Oh, wait, where's Sergeant Tickles?
Called out.
Wow.
Went right for the
What
dick.
a dick.
No, but if you look at it, I feel like, especially with these arms, this thing is really big. I think it's just got more profile in the front of the ship than the rear of the ship.
I don't know. If they put the guy outside of it, you'll see it. It's very, very small. It's very small. Of course, they use the tiniest pinhole cameras they could ever use to make it look bigger than it actually is. But
Yeah.
I love it. I was worried because, we'd seen a concept of this thing, not really a concept, an actual work in progress of it a long time ago that had a lot more futuristic inside of it. And they totally got rid of it and redesigned it with this more organic-y type feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been kind of reserved on if I'm going to like it or not. But, in this video, it doesn't look too bad. So
Well, I like the interior design. It's just
I definitely like the way it looks. It came out nice.
Yep. Big props on the community video content team on basically stealing Harris Heller's lighting scheme here.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I saw that, and I was like, so you did
It so is.
It is 100% like. I'm like, wait a minute, that looks familiar.
I've seen that. Yes.
That looks familiar to me. All right. Now, if this right here, if this actually works, to where we can invite people and do stuff, I noticed that they're showing just like manually inviting people to your party. That gives me a huge area of concern.
What do you mean,
They're not
sharing
using the.
How did you get? You're getting in the same server. I guess what they're saying is you're more than likely you're gonna get in the same server by just joining your friend's server, because like, wouldn't you already be in a party if the party system was working, like going into the server together? I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they're just showing an example like, hey, you met this random Joe. You can invite him to your party and share a mission with him. Good luck. I don't know. I'm a little concerned. Because they haven't mentioned about anything revamped with the party system. I was really hoping they'd come in last minute and say, you know, and we've addressed the website issues and some of the login screen issues, and we've kind of tweaked a little bit on the party system to make mission sharing just work well. That's what I wanted them to say. And I never heard anybody say that, so well, it's a wait and see, obviously, right? We'll have to see what happens when it goes live, but I don't know. What are you guys? What are you guys' feelings about mission sharing, and what's your prediction? Let me get that. I want to hear your predictions on, will mission sharing work? Will it be a clusterfuck? Will we, you know, what's going on? Let's start with Tickles because he's so vocal.
I can't fucking wait for it, dude. I can't wait. I don't care how they implement it at first. Get tier 1 in.
Yeah.
We'll fucking deal with whatever the bugs are. Right?
Yeah.
Get tier 1 in. Let us share some fucking missions already.
Yeah, we've been desperate for this
in the game to play with our friends.
Yeah. 100% need this.
Put it in however the fuck it is. They do that with everything else. Why not this?
Yeah. Drones, is mission sharing a huge thing for you too? Are you going to be in actually sharing missions with people?
I would like to.
It's going to pull you out of Kerbal space.
Maybe for a little bit, but like, you know, it's something that's needed. Give us a reason to interact and hang out with each other that doesn't involve just murdering everybody, because that seems to be like,
there's a dot, let me kill it, because that's
right now, right?
Yeah. You basically described my stream for last week. Me just going in and murdering people. Although I tried to do it in stylish ways now. It's not just Barbary. I actually tried to.
Oh yeah, you got to add some flair to it.
Well, I stealthed into Korea, you know, because it is my house, and then I assassinated everybody inside, and then blew up their ships afterwards instead of announcing myself, then going inside. You got to mix it up. You got to mix it up, or it's just the same thing. That's all I'm saying. So
true.
Toy, are you gonna? I want to know if Toy's got missions. You have more? He's got more. All right.
Yeah,
give me more.
Drones.
I expect it to be completely fucking broken.
You do?
Just saying.
From what I
the first tier.
It's it works almost too damn well.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
So do I share too much money then, or?
I mean, that's what they're saying.
Wow. Interesting.
Those in the know with the avocado are saying it works way too well. Mm-hmm. They've said they have people. This is again all NDA, right?
Obviously.
They said that they've had people get missions completion like 1,000 kilometers away, not even fucking close to it. As long as you're in it and you're sharing it,
I'm
shares.
Okay with that, because
I'm not against it.
You might be doing a support role for a mission that doesn't necessarily require you to be on the front lines. Right?
I am okay with that.
The starfarer that helped the ship get there.
I don't know. I'm okay with that.
Ship that dropped the group off.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that with this build inside the alpha, or whatever you want to call the current state of the game. I don't like that long term, because I can because I think you could farm missions like from some crazy distances. Like depending on how big they let a party size get. Like, think about this. If you could get, like, I don't know, what's the current party size max? Is it 6? 20? 50? The whole server?
I think it's 50.
50?
I think it's a whole.
All right, get the whole server. Let's all mission up. Let's all share all our booty, and we're all just running missions. Also get filled pretty quick.
Yeah, I do see that problem. Yeah, you got.
I don't know, man.
other big
How
problem
much
right
is it
now-
going to split? And then everyone only gets like one fucking UEC?
That's the problem. Right now, it looks like, according to what you watch on this video, that everybody gets the full amount. So
No, it's split. It's split.
is it? Because
Yes.
when you, oh, okay.
It's supposed to be,
I'm telling you
but
what
they've
I've seen
also
on,
said,
on leak sources.
yeah, but they've also said they've raised some of the payouts, Toy. So it might be a payout where you've seen, because now that it supports group missions, that they're able to make difficulty different, and they're supposed to increase payouts for different types that are harder and stuff. Because right now, and this is true, they've built the missions from an aspect they're mostly derived towards 1 or 2 players, not a party of people doing them, because
That's another thing I was excited about. They're like, dude, we can make the missions way bigger now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's really cool that we hopefully see some dynamics in that. So my hope for it is, and hopefully Toy agrees, because we're not going to let him tell us what his opinion is.
His mic won't work anyways.
Yeah, it wouldn't work anyway. No, but my hope is that they'll actually allow us to get these bigger missions in, and everybody will be excited about it, even if it is a little broken at first. And so they'll put a team on just mission development now. So we'll get some new content for us to play together in the game more rapidly.
I hope so,
Yeah.
because I've been having a great time playing Star Marine.
Yeah.
And the reason I like playing Star Marine is because I can get all the people watching and my friends and stuff in there, and we can all go play together.
Yep.
I want to do the same thing in the persisting universe, but I feel bad when they're like, okay, Toy, go do a mission, and they just stand around for an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Here,
I
I'll
want
just
them to
stand
get
here.
something out of it as well. So
I feel the
That's-
same way. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to be huge.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, and if you can go in together and you can knock it out real quick, everybody gets a payout, you're on to the next thing. You know, it keeps the flow of the game moving instead of like, let's go do the box run again. It's like you could have races, you could actually speed run through missions now. And I'm hoping it'll just make them produce more content, so that'll be good.
I'm hoping that it lets us produce more content.
I hope so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
that would be good. That would be good. I think there's a lot of other tools, like even some of these more subtle tools and elements they got coming in, I think will be very helpful to just providing more opportunity for people to play the game. You know, if they, like I said, if they get the mission sharing in, and then if we go forward here, like we can actually fight as a level. This is the part where they're talking about as a level 5 character, you'll actually get missions against the Navy.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not just, hey, I'm
Makes
going level
sense.
5 to grief at everybody in the game. I have to deal with the UE, and it is harder stuff, and it's actually goal oriented, so I can go over there and fight them. And if you have multiple level 5 guys, they can group up and go fight them. So then you have like something else to feed the pirates for a little bit, you know? Because I mean, I think that's another cool challenge that'll be in there. So you're going to have a little bit
Yep.
more dynamics.
Well, they talked about not just with that, but the other way too. So if you got a crime stat and you go and help do a mission of somebody who's not a criminal, it helps your reputation the other way too. So it's nice that it works both ways.
Yep.
Hey, questions works this week.
That's going to be good.
I'm excited for this. I'm excited for wherever it is. Which way am I? I'm excited for those.
Yes, I am too.
The silencers and flash
Attachments.
Suppressors.
I mean,
Attachments.
I have been waiting for attachments, more attachments for these guns. I was so excited when the first scopes came in, because we've been waiting since like the concept of Star Marine, saying, oh, you know, and they showed the whole layout of the plan when Elphonic was trying to make it, and you're going to get attachments to modify these weapons and do things, and they're actually going to have impact on the guns. Well, at one point when Star Marine first came out, and a lot of people don't realize this, and when it was hype and everybody was playing it, Toy knows, we were all playing it together, and all that stuff, the guns were dialed to 100%, meaning they were at their personal maximum accuracy, at each weapon's personal attributes for stability. They were already dialed to 100%. Not that they were lasers, but the full capability of that gun. At some point, they decided we're going to reset those, right? Because they didn't have the attachments on them. That's when everybody hated the guns. They're like, oh, they're all over the place stuff. That's because they went from this 100% fully, this is the best the gun could be, to like,
It
we're
turned
going.
from like every gun was a laser beam.
Yeah. And they went from
Yeah.
every gun was a laser beam to like every gun's all over the place. And because they said, okay, we're going to have attachments coming in and they're imminent. And then year goes by plus and they didn't have anything. And you saw the Star Marine population, not only from the bugs inside Star Marine and the lack of attention to it, but the fact we didn't have attachment or anything, the pop went down to nothing.
Well, I mean, the attachments
Really
we
good.
have now, I would never use. They're bugged out.
Yeah.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they won't. And we've done some testing. Excuse me. We've actually found that it's slower with some of those scopes
It's supposed to be.
to jump from hip fire to ADS with it. It's slower.
Well, yeah, because like, with a real weapon, if you're going from hip fire to like a rail sight, you're going to be a lot quicker on it than an actual scope or something like that, because you got to kind of sight down it depending on the type of scope. But yeah, all these attachments now, why those scopes and stuff are cool, they have no impact on the actual gun performance, right? They don't impact stability. They don't impact like your flash. They don't impact anything to do with the weapon sound or any of those things. We simply had the first line of scopes. But now, like what Tickle's talking about, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of actually things that'll modify your weapon to like how it performs, how it sounds, how it shoots. Is it got a flash hider? Is it going to like actually have a fluted nose on it to where it's going to kind of calm the weapon down so it won't hop so much when you're opening up on it with a full auto? So,
but does that also mean it's not going to hit as hard and it's going to take more shots?
But those are dynamics we're waiting for, right? Like where you can test and fit that stuff. You can play that game.
I don't like when games do that. Like, I'm playing this fucking game right now, man. I put a suppressor on my gun and it hits 20% less damage. That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
A foregrip. It increases whatever dexterity, but then it makes your reloading 15% slower for no apparent fucking reason.
Yeah. Some of those metrics are justified when they put that in realistic shooters, but a lot of them
aren't though.
Yeah, some of them are totally they're trying to balance the game and they're stupid. They just don't make sense. Like, suppressors don't really. I mean, they do slow down rounds, but they don't slow down rounds to the degree of what video games
slow down rounds. You use subsonic rounds,
yeah,
which are inherently slower, but that doesn't mean that they do 20% less damage.
Yeah. Who knows? The days of just screwing on a 2-liter bottle on the end and hoping for the best. Those are silencers.
The old oil filter on a 22.
There you go. Those are the days. But no, like I'm super excited about this, so it's good. And my favorite thing is like even if you're just a visual hog, like these things are cool, having laser sights.
When you look at the P4 he's using on the range here in a second, man, that thing looks beautiful, ducked out. Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah. Plus, there's the sexy factor, right? I mean,
yeah. Look at this thing.
Yep. Now, if he was only holding it in his actual shoulder, would be.
I know. Well, they had the false area for armor.
Well, I also say that they actually put like a mini iPod in the back hilt of these guns, so you got to hold it up to your ear, so that way.
Hey, I know people who held shotguns like this one time.
Yeah,
that doesn't end up well for you. Doesn't
no, it doesn't.
Yeah. Yep, just one time. That's all it takes. But no, it's beautiful. And not to mention the flashlight. I think the flashlight's going to be OP.
I liked seeing how blinding it was.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be OP because flashlights, just like lasers, just like real world, they work both ways. If you're shining a fucking flashlight at me, well, then I just have to look for the big old spot that's shiny and shoot at it. So,
but wait about this. Here's I'm going to give my prediction. Here's what's going to happen to the flashlight. You're going to get in a gunfight. And if you're doing something like Rexzilla where you have 20 of these guys, you're just going to see a ball of sun.
1,000 flashlights.
Yeah. And then the guys are going to die with their flashlights on their guns on the ground. So you're going to have flashlights everywhere. It's just going to be like, where's the bad guy? So using your philosophy, it'd be like, well, let's shoot at that guy. And it's just a gun on the ground. You can't see it. It's just a blinding light. So you're going to have a bunch of dummy flashlights on.
I love this for close quarters combat. This is an awesome game mechanic. It's beautifully done. But somebody in my chat had the most perfect suggestion for this, that just like in real life, like initially the flash, yes, it gives you this blinding, but directly after that, it starts fading a little bit and fading and fading and fading. So it's not so bright because your eyes is adjusting to it. That would be awesome if they did that to this instead of just leaving it like this forever.
Well, again, tier 1.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they came out with that idea, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. They need to do that. So
yeah, as long as Falcus is complaining about my suggestions, this next suggestion I have that will ruin this mechanic, is that everybody set up a macro key for the flashlight to strobe, and then everyone will go into epileptic seizures, and then no one will be able to play Star Citizen again.
Somebody did mention that in mine too.
Yeah, because that'll be the thing, like the click, 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 click. It's like, oh, they won't give me strobe? I'll make one. That'll be
hell, man. Modern lights have that already. You know,
they do.
Well, they even had a better idea of using the red laser sight to blind the people, so your whole screen goes black.
Oh my god. It'd be like a red out from like getting 2VGs, except you just like
from the laser light right in the eyes. It makes you go blind temporarily.
Yeah. Next thing they'll have, and this is the next bad suggestion I'll have for you guys. You guys are gonna hate me after this episode. I want sound grenades.
Yeah.
Not just like flashbangs. I want the ones that make the high pitched whines that like disorient everybody. So all us headphone wearers would be totally deaf forever.
Trigger my fucking tinnitus.
Yeah, it's just like it's like, oh my god, I can hear nothing.
I want all the originally concepted grenades, and something like a sound grenade would be good too. Like the I think there was like a radar scatter grenade and like all kinds of cool stuff that
I'm really surprised we don't have smoke grenades. And then it's such a small Star Marine map that we have. Smoke grenades would be perfect.
Well, let's say not only that, like, why don't we have smoke grenades and flares for in the PU?
Better.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I just...
Well, I mean, the logic to that would be if we have it in Star Marine, we'd have it in PU, because they just said, they're trying to make it an analog.
I know. But yes,
I know, but they're trying.
Signal things like bright flares and smoke grenades and stuff for marking areas on, like when you're on the ground for rescue and help and all that stuff. That'd be huge. I love that. We're just signaling, like,
What I love is there's a lot of good things coming to Star Marine. If you look on the roadmap, towards the end of the Squadron 42 roadmap, they're getting our personal shields in finally. So we'll be able to pull shields off our belt and drop those down. That'll be cool.
The deployable ones.
Yep, the deployable shields. And they mentioned it today in Star Citizen Live about getting bots in the match. So they talked a lot about
how long have we talked about that? I want to have like a horde mode and like bots and those type of things like other games do, where you could co-op with your buddies and fight waves of just bots coming at you. That'd be really awesome. That'd be super cool. Jan says, need cloud tech for smoke grenades. God, I hope not. If it takes cloud tech coming in to make a damn smoke grenade, which is an asset available in every single, like, you can pull it down out of any game and just throw it in there, I'd be shocked. I'm like, come on. I know they'd want to reinvent the wheel, but come on, they're just fucking smoke grenades. We don't need cloud tech.
We already have it. Just take all the smoke that they put in every single ship and have in Star Citizen and put it in a little container.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, you just
but we have to have the best smoke ever.
Well, we know we didn't get the jump holes in or any of the wormholes or any of the other things, guys, but you know what we got for you, the Citizen Con? We got our fog tech ready for these smoke grenades that are coming in, so you're welcome.
Well, any fog,
that's gay.
Will the fog tech interact with the atmospheric tech they demoed like 3 years ago?
Then will it be different when the weather tech that hasn't been in the game comes online eventually and then it rains?
Yeah, will they interact with each other?
We're gonna laugh until we go to
Citizen Con my immersion's
and see this new tech again.
Yeah.
I bet you they'll show us this shit again this year.
They probably will.
New weather tech, weather version 2.0.
Because if you can react to atmosphere and stuff, all you gotta do is people put a bunch of smoke grenades down in an open field and you just like crop dust it with like a hornet real quick, just go and it blows all the smoke away. It's like, oh, there you go. See y'all. No more cover. I'm waiting for this to come in. Like, where's this?
Yeah, we've been bitching about this for years.
Yeah. I think 2015 is where I really started setting it off on this one. It's like,
I went.
my shooting range.
All they would have to do is put this exact thing in the game.
No shit.
I don't need to just
It
put that in
doesn't.
the game.
Let me be real honest. It doesn't have to fucking be in a place. You can make this in like Star Marine mode, like training.
Yeah.
You click on the button, so I could try out the guns to feel the difference. That's all I want.
Listen, CIG wants us to have. They want to fill these cities out, right? They want these buildings to be useful and stuff. Every single gun store in the PU should have one of these attached to it. They got that back room with that back door on it on every single one.
Yep.
All of our corp interior buildings are just a training facility with gun ranges in them for everyone.
Well, just off the gun stores, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you look at like Division and Division 2, their little gun ranges are beautifully done. They're simple, but they're like this, but of course decorated.
But
and
they don't have cloud
awesome.
tech in those toys, so there's no way they could put any of that assets in there because there's no cloud tech yet.
All right.
The new game engine, we can't have shooting ranges. That's a whole new concept. Why
And
is
then
he
why is
shooting
he
at
shooting
the wall?
the wall and
Yeah,
not
I
the
don't
target?
like look, watch this testing. Probably because it does nothing to the targets. They're probably just there for looks. It doesn't actually destroy them. Or it crashes the server when you break.
Somebody mentioned it yesterday that we used to have targets in our old hangar. If you guys remember that back in the day, they had guns in our hangars.
Back in the day.
Yeah, and they had targets in there that you could knock down, little Van Duel targets. So they have all this stuff. They just don't put it in for us.
Kato says, but how would you prevent patrons from turning their weapons at each other? Well, if you made it a clickable thing, like I said, it's not actually in the game yet. You can make it to where you're immune in those areas. And I know it's kind of gamey, whatever, but I was like, if it's a drop down in Star Marine and it's training, what I want, that's the initial thing I want. They can figure out how to work in the game later. You'd actually go and do that. The other way you could handle it if you want to put it in universe is the only way to go in there is a secure booth, right? And you could have one person in a gun range and they could get their weapons through the trough like a bank teller. And that's it. And then you turn them back in. So you have people locked in their own thing. Actually, like some gun ranges are starting to shift to that anyway, that I've heard about for just safety protocol stuff. Because they don't want people like 20 people lined up with handguns anymore. Go figure. Can't imagine why. And then Disco Lando
Harris Heller.
continues on.
I mean,
It really is his lighting scheme, though. I'm surprised he didn't do the curved camera thing.
Yeah.
you know, I talked to John
At least the
Crew
camera
when I was
slides
at this VIP event, and he talked about how they need to have production value. But man, they're going over the top with this fucking production value bullshit.
Yeah.
I miss the old mom and pop video days on the C920, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they see people like Nerd Show and Tell, and they're like, "Wow, we got to step our game up."
Well, okay.
Yeah. I know that's what I did. I mean, God, I have to I got Alexa over there. Alexa,
Red
tell
alert.
us about Nerd Show and Tell. So,
Alexa, play Baby Shark.
oh my God, don't you dare! Good thing we're not on speakers. I'd kill you.
Yeah,
Literally
but
kill you.
someone might be.
Oh my gosh. Good
It's
Lord.
true.
Yeah. If my son heard that, he'd just jump in the door because he trolls me with it. Still, he goes, pushes in the door. He's like, "Deet, deet, deet." I'm like, oh, get out of here. He loves it.
I'm glad my kids are older than that now.
Yeah.
They missed that one.
So, what do you guys think about the facelift stuff? I mean, and if you didn't get to really catch it, it's basically about how they've reworked the blending, not the way it works, but the UI, I guess would be the best way to describe
I love it.
It needed
It
a
was so
rework.
confusing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Drew.
I intentionally always just skipped doing the face thing because it was just too much of a pain in the ass. Yeah, I don't want to do it.
What do you think, Tickles?
I think Toy just sounded like the oldest old man ever. It's too confusing.
Technology confuses me.
No, I mean, I think it needed the change. It needed a rework. So I literally have no opinions other than let's see if this one's better.
Yeah, my first impression from just watching this is yes, it needed a rework, and I don't feel like this is any better than what it was. I mean, I see how they
I don't
did
think
it
it's
different.
worse by any means.
No, it's not worse, but I feel like they just did the same thing and they just moved it around. So it's not like a scroll of heads. They're like, well, now you can just look at one head at a time and blend it together. I'm like, I don't really want to look at anything except the one head and blend it to nothing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I
That's
think
just
it's
me.
I think it's gonna feel a lot better than the other one did.
Maybe so. And again, we'll have to test it out to see what we think there. But
It's so much easier though. I mean, you just first thing you do is you just pick the head you want.
Okay.
And then after you got your head shape, then you just go down the list. Then you go to eyes and say, okay, I want this eye. And it just matches it to the head you picked. And it's just so much easier than the old way where you're trying to blend 3 different bodies to make one face.
Well, and maybe it's me though, but I don't like any of it. I didn't, not this one, but the original one. I never liked the idea of like, let me pick some random heads and then blend some. I'm like, I don't want that. I'm an old school
DNA thing was weird.
If I don't know, if I don't know the look I like to just hit the randomize button and then tweak that on every game I ever play. Like random. Oh, that's kind of close. Let's make some adjustments and then I'm done. But that's just the way I play. And I know they're trying to do something out of the box that looks different and all that crap, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of time being spent on this, and it's just like the heads look amazing. Just the way you get to what you end up with just seems like very convoluted to me. So
I don't know. Kamikaze says that Eve had the best little character creation that he's ever seen. I never played Eve, so I don't know. Mm-hmm. But if you don't reinvent the wheel, if they got something good already, you copy the best and just put that in. So
I don't think that's in Chris Roberts' thesaurus or dictionary or anything.
Did you just say the C word?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the FOIP and VoIP is brand new. It
brand new. Never done. You guys start the EverQuest 2 talk again. I knew it.
Oh my god.
Every time he's like, "Well, EverQuest 2 said it did it first." I'm like, "Who plays EverQuest 2 still? Like, what is that?"
Hey, thousands of people still play it.
Yep. And I still don't know why, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm willing to try it out and all this stuff. It does look from the surface better than what we had for sure. So I can get down and like spend a lot of time in this. I have no investment in character creation right now because there's not enough persistence in the game. I'll come in there and I'll be like, long hair, dark skinned, and like stars all across
the time. Your fucking character resets every other day anyways.
I've had it reset while I was playing. Like I chose one character just randomly and he was a different look than when I died once. So I don't know. I mean, it's just whatever. I don't care.
Look at the rental prices for one day for these.
Rental prices are fucking obscene, dude. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
You'd be working for 24 hours just to pay for it for 24 hours.
The rental prices are so stupid. Hey, I have this brand new Corvette you guys can rent. All right. It's $50,000 for one day.
Yep.
Don't worry. It cost me 70.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And if you rent it for 4 days, you get the next day free.
Yeah, exactly. So if you rent it for 4 days, it's only 60,000, right? That's cheaper than 70.
Yeah. So crazy, man. I mean, like, okay. So let's say you bought the game, right? Most people are going to have a Mustang Alpha or an Aurora, and it costs and again, these numbers are subjective. They're probably not accurate and they will adjust, but I bet when it launches, they won't. So we'll see. The Mustang Alpha as a starter ship is 45,000 UEC.
Yes.
That is I have 55,000 UEC each time the game resets because that's all the currency I've accrued from spending all the money I have backing this game. And I tell you right now, I haven't only spent $60. So I'm just like, it blows my mind that it's like, it would literally take, I mean, that's at least even if you did good missions, that's at least 10 missions? 7 to 10 missions to get 45K, even if they're like cream of the crop, best payout missions you get.
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
To get a starter ship. I'm like, if you need that starter ship that bad, how did you get to where the missions are to get the money? You know, I want to meet the guy who's traded to get the Mustang Alpha for the 1 day rental. Like, what are you flying? Like, this doesn't make any sense, man. That ship should be the most low cost ship until they're ready to put land based missions that I can reach from like a spawn point, right? Like, if I say I just wanted to back the game and I didn't have a ship package, because they said one day that'd be possible, right? Like, you would be able to join Star Citizen, not have to buy a freaking spaceship and be able to play it and all that stuff. That means I'd have to find some sort of group up, fleet op missions that netted me 45,000 AUEC before I could even begin to fly in a space game. That is asinine. That is the most dumb thing I've ever heard. That ship should never cost more than 5K for an Aurora, 5 to 10K tops, and just so people could actually get in it and go drive somewhere else in space.
Oh, I mean, and even just for the beta, you make it even cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, when the game releases, you can bump up the prices a bit, but yeah, it's
the Aurora.
There's got to be
starter
a troll.
ship should not cost that much.
Mm.
It just doesn't make any sense. The starter ship shouldn't be.
I hope those are just like filler prices and that they have better plans.
Because how much does it like a Titan cost? And I know they're doing this based on starter packages and all that shit, but just think about this. If you have a starter package, you're not going to be going for a starter ship.
No.
So it doesn't make any sense. The only purpose of the starter ships would be for people that came in without a big, ship package and they wanted to be a ground pounder or a crewman and then eventually work and get in their own ship. That's a whole career path people want inside the MMO.
Yep, is they want to start from nothing.
That's right.
And become everything.
Zero to hero philosophy.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to figure out something. And I realize the game starter package costs X, and in Tangent it's cost this much difference than a Titan. But they gotta give us, or they'll have to introduce a new starter ship. Some sort of ship that basically has nothing on it and lets just people fly from A to B in quantum to get around. And that way the ground people could work towards that ship and then move around to do different jobs, at least on the ground or something.
100i.
Yeah. And maybe this math will work when we have things like the transport ships in, or we have something where you could just pay to move to a different planet or zone or something, or pay somebody else to deliver you there. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. To me, if I wanted to go that path of being on the ground and then working my way up, this would be the thing that would be a huge deterrent for me wanting to play the game. So it's crazy sauce. I know everybody says these are old prices. Well, this is not an old mechanic, so I don't really judge it as super old. I know they say, hey, they're arbitrary, blah blah blah, but I'm voicing concern because we've heard this, like, these pricings aren't correct, and all the pricings, like when insurance came into the game, like with like they put in 2.0 and all that stuff, that shit was the same shit they showed us on the screen that they said these are just arbitrary numbers, and they released them like that. So I'm gonna be really vocal about it till they fix it up. So hopefully when it drops, CIG, I love you. Please do something about this. At least for the alpha. And I know the other balance is people, because we get these hard-nosed people, they're like, well, it was that much in the alpha, so now the game's live, you need to stick to those prices. They're going to adjust all the prices all the time. But I just really want people to come in here, and I'm really hoping, since 3.7's taken a while, that they'll also, I don't know, maybe have a free fly in the game, for God's sake. Let some people who don't have the game play the game for a week or a weekend.
I completely agree.
I mean, come on. We've been waiting for ship rentals. We've been waiting for mission sharing. I want some of my friends that are still doubters and haven't played the game, come in for a weekend. Let's play. Let's just hang out and do it and just test this out for fun.
Do you see the inside of that Avenger there?
Yes.
All you see is the frame, the inside frame from that window.
Yeah.
It's all bugged out.
Yeah, it's just placeholder. You know, it's an old picture of an Avenger before they had seats and inside.
A cockpit.
Or cockpit. It's old stuff. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, if you look at all those rental ships, dude, like there's so many assets missing off of them.
Yeah. Absolutely. The Prospector has saddlebags. It's supposed to have saddlebags.
It's supposed to, but that picture doesn't have them.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe features that don't work, they're just not going to leave on the ships. That'd be- it's like, why does my reclaimer not have a big ass claw on the front? It's like, well, it doesn't work anyway. We'll just leave it off for right now. So I'm gonna make a collage video of slow pulls for Disco Lando. So in slow pushes, because I've seen so many, like at the end of everyone is educational stuff. I still say the best one he had was one of the final ones I saw him do something with Ben before Ben wasn't really around anymore, and they had that slow "Hello Darkness, my old friend," and people like pulled it in on Disco, and he's just doing. You always do that camera stare. So you could probably make a 20-minute montage of like pushes and pulls on Disco Lando.
So 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
Hiatus until freaking almost end of October now for Inside Star Citizens.
Yep.
They're done with their summer series. But on the flip side, I do like their little teaser that they're throwing out on Instagram every week that talks about what's coming up on Thursday. Have you guys been looking at those little clips?
Their social media has improved by 1,000%.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
1,000%. And I have a feeling that we can say thank you, Xylo. Because I almost guarantee it's probably a Xylo sitting back there doing that. But I really feel like they've done a lot better there. And even some of the Instagram. Here? It's good.
Where's he at?
I don't know. He's always listening. But I really feel like that's, you never know. He comes in under aliases. He has to switch accounts to say something.
I know.
Like, But yeah, I think they've done much better on a lot of that type of content.
They have.
A lot better. I will give them props on that. So
I don't Instagram either, but somebody always gets a clip for me to show. So too old to use all that crap.
Too old to use that crap. Wow.
I'll keep my MySpace account and be happy.
Oh my god!
Don't say MySpace.
Here we go.
Just don't.
I don't know. It's like the only people left on MySpace are like pedophiles and really ancient
porn or
people
something now.
I have no idea.
You can always contact me in my AOL chat room.
My IRC chat is ready to rock at any point in time.
I had someone the other day ask me what Discord was.
Oh my god!
I didn't even know what to say. I was like, "It's 2019. It's almost not even 2019 anymore."
Yeah, 2020. I'm still excited about being able to say it's the 20s because I haven't known what to call these last 2 decades at all.
Wow. Yeah. It's nice to be in the 20s. Hopefully, it's the Roaring 20s.
The new Roaring 20s.
Flappers.
Yeah.
You
know? It'll happen. But I mean, what do you call the 10s and the 1s? I mean, I never call it, hey, you ever come around the 10s? And it's like,
I hear you.
It's crazy. Crazy sauce. All right, so let's dive into Arena Commander Star Marine. Again, I didn't get to go through all of this. I know, Toy, you got a little more chunk of potatoes out of this than I did. I was busy today. I tried to catch up. As you saw, I got through the first 20 minutes. I did make a couple notes.
Apparently, everyone's angry now.
Yes.
Well, I know a lot of Major Surge is definitely steaming over half the crap they said in this thing because he was looking for a lot more technical gameplay, skill based, and they're more like, oh, we'll make it fun, they do we'll make it balanced for everybody, which basically means they'll Care Bear it down. So
I wouldn't read that out of it.
No, he basically says it. He kind of does. It's pretty bad at some parts. I'm like, really? He said that?
Here's my opinion of that. Some of the stuff, and I haven't read the whole context or watched the whole context of it because sometimes I just put on the CC and kind of read it real quick in the background. But my thing is, if they did make it more open playable for people, if they did that as a draw to get more people involved in Star Marine and not made it overly technical, I have no problem with that, as long as they still have the ability with the modules and stuff to adjust your guns, the complexity of what you can do. They need to make it as open for everybody to play as possible and not make it an elitist game, but still have the complexity factor to make it interesting for the regular, hardcore player, right? You shouldn't have to be hardcore to play Star Marine. It's not a new concept. It's a goddamn Call of Duty game, you know, or domination stuff. Everybody should be able to get in there, get a gun, and have some fun. I'm not saying you'll be the best shooter ever, but we don't want to, like, you know, I mean, part of the thing is everybody's isolated. Only the hardcore people play it now because it's been buggy, right? For the last ever.
Well, and the buggy is going to continue even with this new map because we're not getting our network refactor until 4.0.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be a mess up until then. And who knows what it'll be like then. But at least they're getting rid of the 250 millisecond ping they add on to everybody and bring it down to 33 milliseconds. So
yeah. So
nice.
You know, but the problem is with 3.8 we're getting rocket launchers now. And then they talked about it in this thing. We're getting so we're getting basically Quake maps now. You know, we're going to be jumping around like
nunchucks. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming too. The takedowns are coming in is it 3.8? I think we're get the new takedowns with the knives and stuff.
I'm waiting for it. Hardcore knife only.
Oh, dude, I cat and mouse people all the time and come up behind them in Star Marine, and being able to take them out with the knife would be the best thing ever.
Yeah. A whole style there of its own. So that'd be interesting.
But no, they mentioned on here about how they created this is actually on a world. They basically took, I think they said they took Hurston and just stripped it down. It doesn't have any other entities other than this, you know, this little map they made on it. But they said, you know, that of course their tech is so good that it really doesn't take a lot of memory to run the whole planet. It's easier just to put the whole planet in than just do a little patch of land out in the middle of nowhere. So
it is.
That's what they say.
I mean, if it's a whole planet of nothing.
I mean, I was with y'all till you said that. I was like, it's easier to put a whole planet in than a little patch of land somewhere.
That's what Sean Tracy says.
It's like it's so much easier to put a whole
That is
planet.
exactly what he said. Yes.
I can see that, dude. I can see stripping every asset off of something. And then because you already are able to spawn that thing, right? You already have that tech. It's already there. You can just go boop. There it is, right? Whoop. There it is. Sorry, 90s. Anyways. Yeah. So I mean, you already have that fucking tech. Strip everything off. Plop that there. Or you can create this. You know, you can create this asset out of nothing in a fucking magical zone where the other ones are. Why not go with the easy route of just going boop? There it is. Go.
Yeah.
Shoo.
Also, if your goal, and granted it hasn't really been the thing, but if your goal is to have Star Marine be a direct analog of Star Citizen, using the assets and the mechanics and the physics from Star Citizen in Star Marine makes sense, right? Like, gives you a lot closer of an analog.
The one thing, and you could, maybe Toy or you drones or somebody else could speak more to it, because since you've watched a little bit more of it than I did. The one thing I haven't heard him address when it comes to Star Marine or Arena Commander specifically is adding additional game modes. Like any type of game
They did talk about that.
Did they talk about it? Did they talk about, like, because we talk about it being, you know, an emulation or a simulation of what it's going to be like in Star Citizen, certain things. Have they talked about a single death mode or anything like that to where you could have like an elimination? Like, okay, in Star Citizen, you're not going to constantly respawn right there on the map and do that. And until you have that, just like in Call of Duty and everything else, you're not going to be able to simulate the main game. You know what I mean? You'll get your skills up with respawns and stuff, but you're not going to be able to simulate the same thing. People take more risks when they know they just like, hey, I'm going to respawn instantly.
Yeah, it's something Sean Tracy did address this. He did say it's something they want to do, but Sean Tracy also said that right now their focus is on anything they want to do needs to be a reason for it in the PU. So those other game modes really don't have a reason to be in the PUs, so they're not going to do them right now. They will get to them eventually, but right now, of course, is Squadron 42 focused and PU focused, and not extra game mode focused, because they talked about the SATA ball and using ships to do missions on ships and stuff too.
What did they say about SATA ball?
They said it like I said, there wasn't a use for it right now in the persistent universe, so they haven't done it.
I call bullshit, because I think the other game company that basically invented a SATA ball thing from like What was that movie that came out?
Ender's Game?
Ender's Game, yeah. There was another company that made a VR version of Sadaball that came out right around the time Star Marine did, and then you never heard about Sadaball again. And it literally looked exactly like what they were trying to do.
It really did.
Yeah, and I think my kids actually have it downstairs on PS4 or something. But I was like, I figured they just dropped that because somebody else just came out and did it. So I don't know.
Good reason to drop it, to be honest.
It would be. It's like, oh, it's been done almost exactly what we were trying to show you we were doing, but it's there already, and it actually works, and it's fine, and there's no way to not draw comparisons then. So
yeah.
Crazy sauce.
I'd want them to put Hutball in. If you guys ever played Star Wars Old Republic, if they put that mini game in, I wouldn't even play the Persisting Universe. I'd just be in Hutball all day long, every day.
24-hour Hutball.
That was the only thing that kept me. Oh man, it was the best mini game ever. They had this arena set up with all these traps and stuff like that, and you had to get the ball from one side to the other across a line to score. And of course, being Star Wars characters, they all had different powers that do different things, and it was like the best mini game ever.
It's crazy. No, I never did get to play that. I never did play Star Wars Old Republic. I don't remember why, but I didn't. Crazy.
I know what you're talking about, Troy. I got you. I thought that was one of the best PvP game modes.
Yep.
Yeah, what happened with the demo made in 2014? It was a demo. It wasn't a full game. That's what happened to it. They didn't move farther than that on it, which I applaud. I don't think it was as much as Sadaball. I thought would be kind of cool. Somebody already did it, and blah blah blah. And even if they go back to it later, I don't think it's really a high priority thing. I mean, they put some effort into that, not necessarily building the Sadaball game. But they remember all the lore, and they had like teams they would talk about on their little Star Citizen news and all that stuff. Sadaball team, blah blah, corruption, and all that stuff. And I was like, it's supposed to be a sport you could watch in the game.
He talked about it for a while.
Yeah,
he talked about Sadaball for a while, and he says it'll slow gameplay down because how are you going to sit there and be shooting at each other with a ball in your hand type of thing? And he said it would be good to have. It's just like I said, there was just. They need to prioritize right now to get Squadron 42 out and PU stuff out, and extra shit just is way, way, way low priority. So
yeah, it's crazy. Alrighty.
There was a lot of other good stuff in this. I just don't remember half of it because I was pissed off at some of the stuff they were talking about.
Some of the items I pulled out of there was FPS scanning. They talked about a little bit in the beginning. In the FPS scanning, they were talking about how it would parallel versus like the ship scanning. So they said it was going to be a little bit different, but the basic thing is from a ground and pound or FPS mode, they want things to feel similar to what it does in a spaceship, which I guess on one hand makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I would like something that looked different, like when I'm boots in the ground wholly than what it is in a ship. And we'll have to, again, wait and see what that feels like or whatever. But you're supposed to be able to kind of sense different, areas, motion, and then different types of EM fields and stuff like that, just like you would with regular ship scanning. So we'll see what that all comes down to. But yeah, but I'm going to definitely root into that and look at some more, and then I'll probably have some outrageous tweets through the rest of the weekend going, what the hell about this crap? All that stuff. All right, let's go over here. We do have some questions coming in here, so we'll go around the room. We'll see what everybody's weekend plans are like. But if you guys in the audience, if you have more questions and you don't already know the link, the bot is being friendly today and actually getting the link up when we put the command in, so we'll roll with it. You can click on that link. You can go over to the Google form, and then you can ask your question there, and we'll try to answer it or discuss in the best of our ability. It can be anything regarding Star Citizen from this week, or if you just have any topics or anything that you think would be interesting for us to discuss regarding the game development or regarding Star Citizen in general, we're willing to do that. We won't go into some super inflated talk because we inflate very small topics already.
We do not. Don't lie.
Never.
We inflate nothing but egos.
We try. All right, so let's go over here, and we'll start this time with Mr. Tickles. What's your weekend look like? What's going on, buddy? And let everybody know what's happening.
Well, it is the last weekend of the Renaissance Festival, so we're going to be going to that tomorrow.
Cool.
Other than that, stream tomorrow, Sassy Saturdays. We might maybe have a small giveaway. I don't know. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
We'll see what the world brings to us.
You got to tune in to find out.
Yeah, tune in to find out. Exactly. Other than that, that's it, man. Sunday, we'll probably be playing a little bit more of this Breakpoint demo, if it's even still relevant.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards buying it, and that pisses me off because I said I wasn't going to. So,
well, if you buy it, let me know, because I'm definitely looking for games to group up and play.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably a yes so far. Having some good fun with it. So, if you guys don't know, the Breakpoint, what is it? Ghost Recon Breakpoint demo is open until September 30th.
Yep.
So all weekend long, go into the Uplay store, download it, and have some fun.
Do you know when the release of that game is? Like when it actually goes?
October 4th, I think. It's like real soon.
Yeah. I'd probably get more play out of that than I would actually Call of Duty, because it doesn't release till the 25th.
Yeah.
So got a few weeks there. So we might do that. That might be cool. Mr. Drones, how about you, buddy? How's the weekend outlook and all that stuff? What's happening with you?
Probably just streaming Sunday as usual, and probably doing Kerbal. I've been quite addicted, and until I get it out of my system, probably
Kerbal. You'll have to tell me more about this mystery new game that was just released. I've never heard of it.
This Kirby space, that little pink bubblegum dude, that Kirby, right?
Yeah, Kirby.
He's green. Damn it.
I thought he was Skyping with some weird friends.
If the stream goes dead, I'll just go ahead and say this. If the stream goes dead, it's because literally there's like an F5 storm system outside my house right now, because it's like literally I have branches just hit the whole side of my house.
Oh, yeah, we had a gnarly storm come through right at the beginning.
Yeah, so it's been a blowing out there, so pretty nasty. But yeah, but look for Drones with some Kerbal Space Program. I know I'll be popping in there going, what the hell did he do? Because he continues to steal all the struts from STIG and apply them to his rockets.
I do.
All the struts. I was like, you need to take some more.
Struts?
Oh my God. So there was
all of them?
All of them.
Did you ever make it to the sun? I was kind of watching you the other day. Did you ever make it there?
I kind of gave up on the sun, and I wasn't trying to make it to the sun. I was trying to make it to the sun's sphere of influence. So out of
that makes more sense to us.
Sun. Yeah.
Wow.
All I know is I'd never seen more rocket engines on a rocket in my entire life. He had them like stacked out freaking 10 sides.
That's the other thing I told him. I told him that Elon Musk would very much not approve of his inefficiency in using booster rockets, because he's like, where Elon's like, we'll make reusable boosters. He's like, I'll use 20 boosters and just throw them away into space. Check it out. It's like, I'm like, hey, whatever.
Why not? Listen, it did make it into orbit. I'm just saying that happened.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
In one piece.
Yeah, the so far from watching your stream, I know if you don't click all the buttons, you're gonna have problems getting in orbit, and that NASA would really like a revert button, especially from like any launches in the 60s or 80s. So they would definitely like revert buttons.
That revert button, though, man, that
too
is
soon.
Yeah,
too soon.
Too soon. Only 30 years later, it's like too soon. Come on, it's like. All right.
Don't try to launch shit into space without a revert button. It's
That's
like
right.
a must-have.
The technology's out there. We just have to reach for it.
Yes.
And of course, Mr. Toy, how about you, buddy? What's going to be going on this weekend? What's the plan?
Probably just more Star Marine until 3.7 drops, and then we'll get into PU. So
yeah,
same old.
Awesome.
I'll probably stream later tonight just to go over the Star Citizen live again, and
okay.
Like I said, I kind of got focused when he said a few things I wasn't too happy about, and I kind of got the deer in the headlights.
Talk about it then. What weren't you too happy about?
I don't know. They just talked about, nothing being really skill based anymore. They're going to put all this stuff and balance it for, I don't know. They always talked about how Star Citizen would be skill based.
They're going to put skill points in, right?
But no. But okay. It was just, I don't know. The way they talked about it, they just, I don't know. There was something about it that just bothered me.
I think it was all those letters I emailed in saying you need to nerf Major Surge because he hacks. to Chris Roberts,
well,
and then
yeah,
like
super total.
I think
hacks.
that's why. I think that was the whole thing. Waiting for Major Surge to say a whole bunch.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Where's he at?
Oh, Major Surge has got, like I said, he's got clips of exactly what those guys said that set him off. So,
Yeah.
Someone likes to eat pants. That doesn't make sense.
No. Nerf confirmed. There he is. I knew it would conjure him.
God, sure.
Yeah. All you have to do is go, I summon the hacker of Star Marine, and the Major Surge will just appear out of nowhere. It's like, it's crazy.
You know what? He came in my channel the other day, and I'm like, I fucking recognize that name, but I don't know from where.
No, we play a lot of FPS together. He's a good dude. So
I think he's just looking for a reason not to play Star Marine anymore because I'm getting almost as good as him now, and he don't like it one bit.
He's just got to wait for that arthritis to kick in.
I'm
and then,
telling you right now.
I think Toy had some mushrooms on that pizza he was eating earlier. Was what was going on there. I think that was a whole different
Hey,
level.
I got screenshots of me #1 over Major
Yeah.
Surge. I got screenshots.
He's Toy's the guy who comes up and punches dude in the back of the head when he's laid. I was like, selfie. It's like, look, I won. I got this. No problem. Oh, it's too good. All right, let's get into these questions, guys. We got some here, and there's a few more flowing in. So remember, ! questions in chat. If you do have a few, we'll take a few others. We do have, we got a little bit more time than we do normally. We're trying to get to the questions.
We're going in early.
Yeah, we're trying to get the questions last half hour at least, because when we get 5 or 6, we kind of go off the rails on them anyway. So
Somebody asked, do we have any Space Bros at TwitchCon this year?
we do actually. I've been
there.
If you follow us on Twitter, then you'd see we're retweeting a lot of them. We have Snake Eaters out there.
Snake, Luke.
Yep, the Fuse out there, which I know me and Tickles all call him Luke all the time. And everybody's like, I don't find a Luke on
Who the
Twitch.
fuck is Luke?
Yeah, it's like, it's not the same Luke that you're thinking of. It's a whole different one. It's the Fuse. So, also, Scorpion's out there as well.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Yeah, he went out there too. And I think that's it for us. We didn't have anybody else. We got a lot of friends out there, like Nerd Show and Tell Nerd people, not people on the
Nerds
team.
out there, Flying Sparrow. There's a shit ton of
Busters
FP
out there. Yeah.
Thrace is
Buster,
out there.
yeah.
I know a lot of people don't know Thrace from back in the day, but when all of us were out there, me and Toy were out there and stuff, some people might remember Thrace. He's out there kicking it up. Buster Destroyer's out there. A lot of the Star Citizen community's out there. Captain Richard just did a Star Citizen stream from out there at the Elgato booth earlier today. Who else? Basically, if you don't see any of the regulars streaming, they're probably out at TwitchCon right now. So
Probably.
good stuff. All right. First question of the evening from the illustrious prisoner.
The illustrious.
The prisoner. How do you feel about CIG taking time to work on Arena Commander and Star Marine? And then he says, I'm okay with it, by the way. But how do you
Different
guys
teams.
feel about it? Yeah.
Yeah, but look, Chris Roberts promised us a team to work on Star Marine. We don't have a team working on Star Marine. We got like 1 or 2 people.
You have a
working
team of
on Star
one.
Marine.
He's an army of one.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what we get.
They did have, I can't remember who was it. They left the company about 6 months or a year ago. He used to come in our chats a lot anyway. He was working on it, and then he left the company. I was like, who's working on it now? No answer, so I don't know. But they did have 1 or 2 people that were updated. And for those people that actually played Star Marine over the last year, all 5 of you, they had the people that moved the spawn points around. Remember over some of the other updates in the last 6-8 months, those are some of the little tweaks that these guys were working on.
Stupid walls that blocked off my favorite parts of maps.
There are some really good updates to those other maps. The way you do the consoles now is nice. You don't have to sit on them, and they're not all buggy. You know, you could just start the timer on it and then just sit within that square.
Because
Those
they made it
are
a lot
really
more
good.
like a domination, right? Like on some of the other FPS where it's AoE. You initiate and then you can protect yourself instead of like, I'm standing here, no one shoot me in the back of the head. Please somebody protect me. That was so dumb.
There's just not enough people to play those maps, unfortunately.
And they don't have in-game communications to the level that makes sense where you could group with a random party and work together.
That's true.
So, I mean, if it was like a floating couch, like on a Call of Duty or something, I mean, given, hopefully we wouldn't be a bunch of 12-year-olds F-bombing each other and not really helping each other.
BRB.
Do the thing. But yeah, I mean, I think in this community with some in-game comms and the randos might actually work together to try to do something. So, plus you might meet some friends in Star Marine. There you go. Make some new friends.
Speaking of friends, for those of you that let me give my little pitch here. For those of you that can't go over to CitizenCon this year, VerseCon in Texas.
Sorry.
Go to. Oh God. Thanks.
I'm just saying it
VerseCon
might be a huge industry, but go ahead.
Is going on at the same time, and if you go to Texas and watch it live from VerseCon. They got lots of cool stuff going on. You're going to go to VerseCon? Nice. So, yep. If you're interested, go to versecon.com and sign up. They got T-shirts up for sale now, and if I wasn't going, I'd go to VerseCon myself. But I get lucky enough to go to CitizenCon this year.
Awesome. Oh, that was it.
That was it.
VerseCon. Go to VerseCon.
Continue on. I mean,
no. It's all good. All right.
You're going to go to CitizenCon, J. Calvin? Awesome. Yep. Definitely meet up there.
I wish I was, but next year.
I wish you were too, man.
I know. It is not in the cards, but next year, we'll make a plan.
Oh, dude. 2020. Come out to Vegas again.
2020. All right. From Sin City Saint says, what is each of your favorite ship in the game, live or in concept? So anything that's been created right now. Favorite ship. We'll start with Mr. Drones.
In concept, I'm going to go with the Apollo, definitely, because I'm interested in medical gameplay, and that's like the right sized one in my opinion.
Okay, which Apollo?
Ooh, I'm leaning more towards triage than medevac.
Okay, makes sense. All right, Toy, how about you?
The Endeavor. Yeah, Endgame. What are you freaking beeping me for?
Sorry.
I didn't say anything bad.
It's wrong. He's all wrong. It's because we're getting emergency alerts.
He's beeping me out, guys. He's beeping me out.
I could just mute him.
Right. Say everything you just said again, so I can.
Apollo, Endeavor. Now it's your turn. What's your favorite ship in concept or live in the game? Any of the ships? Favorite ship?
In concept.
Could be either or.
Even though I don't own one, and it's not my. Okay, I got two. I'm sorry. I have to go Endeavor and the entire Hull series.
That's more than two.
Wow.
That is way more than two.
It's like I like all Aegis. Aegis works for me. The entire group.
The whole Hull series, because basically, I mean, you name one. C is D, E, B, whatever. They all retract. They're cool. They're pure hulling ships. Okay. So pick whichever one. Whatever. We'll say Hull C. And the Endeavor, I want to see what they're going to do with science and that type of shit. So
yeah, it's definitely a mystery game loop, but it looks like to be an exciting one. So
yes,
for me, I'll have to go more obvious. God, I'm sorry.
Is that thunder?
Yeah, that's bad here right now.
That came over your mic. That's
it's bad, dude.
Wow, shit.
It is bad outside right now. That's why
we're
going
to
be
unplugging everything right now if I were you.
I have everything on some very expensive backup stuff. I'm all right, so we'll be okay. We'll lose signal. I mean, but it'll be
very
okay.
expensive, very insured backup stuff.
Yes.
I'm just asking.
I cover. I have $250,000 renters insurance in my house too. So
okay, you're good.
I'm covered.
Keep streaming going.
Anyway, so for me, I'd say favorite ship. That's so hard. One that I think is going to be the ultimate ship is probably, obviously, for me, going to be the Javelin. I don't have one. I doubt I'll ever own one, but the Jav. I know it's obvious because I like caps and all that stuff.
You can borrow mine.
But it's
borrow
really,
mine anytime you want, Matt.
if I survive tonight, in the storm outside. We'll see what happens. So.
Tonight. Yes.
So yeah, the javelin probably, and then I'd say honestly the other one for me, just if I had to pick another one, also in concepts too, is the I'm really interested in the Kraken gameplay. Not just for combat, just the versatility of the Kraken and like logistics, how it could be basically a floating mini space station for all things then logistical. So I think it's gonna be cool.
Good choices.
Mm-hmm. All right, next question from Kamikaze. How do you feel if they just made the flying the Mantis in the UEE space to be a criminal act, and you can pop the ship on site?
I don't like that idea. I would be comfortable
dumb.
with the moment you fire it, you're a criminal. I could see that.
So
but
yeah,
just
so he goes on to say, since the ship serves no purpose but to perform an illegal act, flying it should be a crime.
Let me go
personal
back.
Transportation.
I'm gonna say that if that were to happen, that would be dumb, not your idea, or you are dumb. So I think it's dumb though.
I don't.
Damn, Tickles called you dumb.
Oh man,
That'd be like just be
Called
like
you
know
out,
what,
so
sorry,
just
sucks
flying
to
it in
suck.
space being a criminal act? I don't think so. I think activating it at all in space would be a criminal act, and I think if you had any type of, let's put it this way, if you had even 1 point of criminal standing and you're flying it, I'd say that should also be a criminal act, because I feel like it should be like a licensing. Well, no, but its only purpose is to interdict, right? I'd say maybe if you're like straight lace, whatever, you're good. But they don't know. You could be taking this out as a bounty hunter to going out to pirate space and trapping pirates. It's to me, it's like carrying a weapon, right? I can carry my shotgun in the back of my truck in the window, no problem, right? But yet, if I whip it out and I start like loading it and stuff, all that, then yeah, there's a problem with that.
Yes.
You know. So I really
You
feel
don't know
like
life.
it's the same way. You should be able to transport it from A to B without being like, oh my God, you're a criminal now. But
My wife is judging me, by the way. I just thought I'd point that out on stream here to everyone in the world.
She's a judger.
She's judging me right now. I feel attacked.
Well, I don't know. You need to create a safe space in your house.
Safe space.
Cry closet.
Safe space. I'll tell you my safe space. I actually have two. One is this office because I actually put an extra door lock on the door. And the second safe space I have is the bathroom because just nobody wants to go in there.
Except for those like fingers that fit under the door.
Yeah. The little, hey, I know you're in there, Dad. You're still alive. Tap twice. You're good. So yeah, I don't know. I agree it should be heavily scrutinized in UEE space because operating it or charging it or performing any interdiction, even if you don't catch a ship, if you spool that thing up and it's detected in UEE space, 100% should be illegal. I don't think just driving around should be illegal.
I agree.
That's just my
well, if you have a criminal, right? If you have a criminal status.
If you have criminal status, I think, they should come after you like crazy. Like, dude, he's got an interdictor. He's a bad guy. Kill him. I'm down with that. They already said they're making steps towards criminality, how to deal with it too. So, they're going to, some of the changes they talked about with criminality and like, oh, you're okay at a level 1, level 2 and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And them coming after you. I'm supporting a lot of that. I think it's going to be interesting. The problem is I don't feel like you have a lot of options as a bad guy to go anywhere. I don't think by any means it should be even, but I feel like our universe is, while it's vast and big, the points of interest are pretty small to like operate as on the other side of the ball.
Dude, your bot is fucking...
Is he losing
your bot's basically Nazi Germany. You can't say anything.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting like messages deleted.
Wow. Well, this is Streamlabs. It's like a whole, you should be, this is Streamlabs. It's like, that's where they go, yeah. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. The bot has become a channel minigame. You guys just don't know where the line is, man. You just need to, like, chill out. Hilarious. I have no idea what's going on with the bot. I'm seriously ready to go back to Deep Bot almost with some of that stuff.
Why don't you use
Sweet.
Streamlabs chatbot? Come to the real world.
Yeah, dude,
Because-
Streamlabs chatbot's way better.
Because
Yeah,
aren't they
much
phasing
better.
it out?
Well, they're
It's
going
like
to the
smart
cloud version of it. But
I'm
it's
on the
still
cloud.
being-
That is the cloud bot.
No, don't use the cloud version. Use the one
I
you
have
download.
regular
on your
Streamlabs
computer.
chatbot.
Yeah, that's what I use. Because
I heard they were going to get rid of it, so that's why I didn't use it.
Have all the features.
Yeah.
Well, once they put all the features from the downloaded version on the cloud, then maybe. But till then, use the one we're using, me and Tickles.
All right. I'll try it
We'll
out
talk to
and
you about
watch.
it
You'll come
often.
back tomorrow and it'll be still muting the shit out of you and everything and be like, this is chatbot. I don't know what you guys said. Same thing. I just haven't adjusted anything on it. So it's whatever default is. I've added like 6 commands in it and left it.
Well, somebody gifted it a gift sub earlier because it was doing
That
all
was
your
me.
emotes, but because
was me.
it wasn't
Guilty.
subbed, it was the better TTV
It
was just
annoyed
coming
me.
up
I
there
had
with
to
the
sub it.
text. Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Nice. Yeah. See, and you can't rename the Streamlabs bot either, which irritates me.
Yep.
I really want to be able to rename it.
Yeah, see that mine just comes up as my Tickles bot.
Yeah. Well, I'm using the cloud bot, so it doesn't let you.
Yeah,
Name
that's what I'm saying though. Is Streamlabs chatbot? Was that Thunder? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
I think the
Jesus
tree out back
Christ.
this got hit.
I think the tree out back just fell in your house.
Pretty soon his wrist
you
gonna
see,
come
you
off.
see like leaves come across the screen like a branch. It's like, it's all right, guys.
Jesus,
Sorry, I gotta
dude.
go, man. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. And I got
He's
this
gonna
all
tarp.
sounding.
He's like, I
slow.
won't shut it down. Don't worry.
No, we're holding on. We're going through the whole thing. I'm waiting for kids to wake up and like run. I've already heard feet run from one room to my bedroom where my wife is, so I'm sure it's already like, yeah, we're a little scared. Running over there. Like, here we go.
Yep.
That's happening right now, live. So sorry, kids. We were gonna go to Disney World, but then the
Then we
wind
had to
from
fix the fucking
the wind
house.
from Kansas came over to Missouri and blew us away to Wonderland, so we're all gone. Next says, do you feel with the introduction of quantum enforcement that it will turn more solo players off until the game is more fleshed out? So basically, what we've been talking about. Do you feel like more solo players are going to be like, nah, I'm done for right now with the introduction of this?
No, I
I
don't.
don't think anything will change.
Only the weak.
People might start grouping up more than they want to overcome that, but I don't think people will just outright drop just because of that. Maybe
I mean, remember, if you're in a Mantis, you're going to have backup there.
You're going to
to
die.
actually do something.
Yeah, if you're soloing a Mantis,
Otherwise,
you're
yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
if you've played Eve, the interdictor is primary.
And the
Just
and the
that
interdictor
straight
is
up.
also like, that's why in fleets and EVE Online, like if you're in a fleet of say like 50 people, 10 of them are interdictors because they die a lot and quick.
Yes, and you still
They're
wanna
like
keep
one
people in
shot it
place,
off
so
the
yes.
So I am assuming this is going to be very tinfoil as well, like with this Mantis, especially when the bubble's deployed. If you don't have like some vanguards and some other stuff, which is also interesting because one of the main gameplay differences between Eve and like Star Citizen concept is in Eve you can repair bot or repair project another ship, so we can try to keep the interdictors up. This one you cannot repair while a ship's getting attacked. It's just like, hey, bro, I hope you live. I mean, I cannot, like, if Tickles wants to attack another vessel in my fleet, I can fight him, but I can't stop him from shooting that vessel. So if this really disables the Mantis, like, and he's putting up a bubble, I find Mantises are going to be the most killed ship in this game.
I'd also like to find out how effective EMPs are going to be versus that Mantis bubble thing.
I'd say you have to get close enough to it first. So
yeah, but
that'd be
I
interesting.
mean, if you once you shut it down, it becomes useless. You know.
Yeah, but the EMPs right now are so broke. I mean, when we were playing with the EMPs, we couldn't even get out of our seats before.
I'm not talking about
they were recovering.
Initial tier. I'm talking about as we progress, how we're going to see EMP play a role in those type of situations where an interdictor ship is there with the bubble. And
I don't know, but I'll be carrying EMP missiles just for that fact right there. Fire an EMP missile.
Good
off
idea.
Boom.
EMP missile hits an EMP ship. Does it recover in 2 seconds?
Probably.
It's like we will die to most things as an EMP vessel except for EMP. So,
But hey, when your EMP-ness is that strong,
I know. Might as well bring it all the way.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't blame you.
Go home.
Next question.
Well, unfortunately, I got to go home.
There you go.
See ya.
Next question. Aside from the rumors of seeing the Carrack flying through a jump point, what is the one other thing that each of you think will make an appearance or be unveiled at CitizenCon?
Oh boy.
Other than the Carrack penetrating the hole. Yes, Toy.
I've already heard from the horse's mouth that there'll be some more Star Marine stuff there.
Okay. I didn't know if you were holding up your logo or if you were raising your hand. I couldn't tell. I was like, I thought maybe you were trying to keep it up there propped up. It was crooked a little bit, and you're like.
But no, I know there will be. I mean, he talked about it at the VIP event that there will be a lot more tech stuff like they showed us last year at CitizenCon. They got some really more cool tech stuff to show us, and now Star Marine and a little bit of Squadron 42. Just a little.
Cool.
I was gonna say Squadron 42 is almost a duh item. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way Squadron 42 is not gonna be there.
Yeah, but I thought because it was so close to coming out, the end of 2020 or whatever, that they would make it the big thing this year. And he's like, no, they're not ready to do all the bells and whistles and start their $1 million advertising campaign on it yet. So I was like,
which kind of makes sense to me though. Like, if
I
it's
have a
not,
feeling it's going to be at the next CitizenCon.
Pressing it would be.
Because if they say into 2020, to me that means next CitizenCon.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? That's your one big wapow. Well, I think that'd be where you do it at. And I know that seems a lot later than what they originally projected and what people thought, but I'd say that at the earliest, personally. I don't know. Tickles, you got any ideas on what you think?
Well, I said Squadron 42 items. The way I think about with Squadron 42 is they're gonna tease it. They had the big trailer, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be a little vulgar here for a second.
Oh crap! Sorry, this is going on YouTube. The rest of us are canceled.
Streamlabs will probably mute me.
Mute my whole VOD over this one. Go.
You don't whip your dick out until you're ready, right? So until
if I'm sober, that's usually the case.
Yes.
There's been the rare instance where that has happened prematurely.
I mean, in general. So Squadron 42, they're gonna tease. They're gonna a little, just the tip maybe.
Yeah.
And then from there, dude, I don't know. I think we're gonna get some Squadron 42. I think we might see the penetration of the hole, if you will. And then, dude, it's a total crapshoot. Yeah. We could see something we're not even come close to imagining. Like they could have the
relaunch of land claims.
In exactly. In 3.9, the Cloud City, basically, right?
Yeah.
I'm imagining we'll see Cloud City, and we'll see something that we're not expecting to see be flight ready. That's my big thing. Something's coming flight ready.
I hope it's ready for flight ready right now at CitizenCon.
The Mercury.
Carrack. Wouldn't that be a thing? It's like the Carrack comes out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, it's a Carrack variation 14. It's like 14 versions of the Carrack.
Here's the problem, man. Everybody wants to see this Carrack, but I keep telling people that it's going to be like the Reclaimer is.
Yeah.
You can't do anything on it.
Yep,
the drones don't work. The medical room doesn't work.
That's why they're going to release it, Toy.
Put a freaking vehicle in
jump.
Toy, they're not going to release something that you could actually use in the game. I mean, give me a break.
Ridiculous. Stop it. Stop
the Mantis.
lying.
If the Mantis works, it'll be one of the first times ever a game mechanic was released that was functional.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
True.
I mean, other than combat ships, because they shoot stuff. I mean, if you call that. Well, this combat ship worked when it launched. Yeah, it shoots bullets. Duh. Like, yeah, it works. Great game mechanic. No,
Well,
but
it's something that's the same way with Salvage 1 tier mechanics. I'm like, don't expect the claw to work on the Reclaimer. Still ain't
tier
gonna
1,
work.
no, it's gonna be a little Ghostbuster laser coming out of that nose, and it's like, what's the claw for?
I still to this day dream of being a claw operator.
Operator.
Yeah.
The day it comes out, mark my words, we're gonna have a Space Bros Hungry Hippos.
There
with
it is.
Oh, no.
We're gonna have 4 of those, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of auroras flying around.
That'd
Just
be
a bunch of
great,
claws.
dude. It's like, how many have you gotten in? We'll have like a little point counter. I'll put a macro on the stream, so it's like ding, ding, 4 or
Oh my
5,
God.
and just like gobble them up. It'd be
Dude, it's
beautiful.
the Hungry
That would be
Hippos.
awesome.
So, all right, Drones, how about you? What do you think? Citizen Con.
I don't know. I agree
What's
with
dropping?
something flight ready that we're not expecting.
Give me the inside. Come on, tell me what it is. What's gonna happen?
I don't know. I don't have any inside info.
Oh
I have
my
no
gosh.
idea.
He's holding out on us, Chad.
I am interested to see what they decide to do with something along the lines of something from JRDF, like a physical thing that's going to be there.
Well, we
I
already
hope
know
Oh,
there's
that's
something-
happening. We
right?
already know that.
Like,
Yeah, we know something's happening, but I want to see
Mhm.
what.
Well,
A
the
model
big
of the
ship, we
latest
know
ship coming out?
They always do 2 ships at Citizen Con, one big and one small. We know the big one will be an anvil ship. It's just how big it'll be and what type of ship it is. So we know it'll be an anvil though.
Okay. So it'll be an anvil. The surprise flyable ship will be a Kraken. We'll just put the Kraken in there. That would be awesome, dude. I mean, like, yep, driving it. Can't do anything with it except land on it and be cool.
well, they teased the ever living shit out of us, right? Last Citizen Con, because they put it in Hurston's
Oh my
landing
God.
area.
I know, right?
And everyone was like, oh my God, we're going to be able to fly this soon.
And they're like,
And,
nah.
1 year later.
Yeah, they're like, nah, you ain't flying nothing soon.
They're like, no, it's just low poly. Don't. It's just.
Yeah. That was still beautiful to see, like, JRDF have that there, though. The model of it inside was so cool.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
So badass. So
I want to see a freaking Tumbrel Cyclone life size that actually you could drive.
That'd be cool.
awesome.
we were pitching that to him hard down in Austin.
Yep.
We were like, hey, man. Like, because everybody's like loving the Dragonfly. I was like, how cool would it be to have a Cyclone here? Like, you know, you have your 2 buddies hanging on the back and you got 2 in the seats and modeling it. Yeah. That'd be badass. And they were like, I remember Jared and them going, yeah, you know, we can make it drivable. I'm like, what? Oh, I'm seeing the picture of this whole model of the Cyclone come out, and it's actually like a fully functional Jeep. He said the only problem is the wheels. I think that's what
Yeah.
Moist was saying too. The
Well,
wheels.
they don't move right now, anyways. Who
Well,
fucking cares?
no, the way they're designed, they theoretically wouldn't even work because the way the rims and everything are, you couldn't actually, not with current technology, make something like that. You could probably
it was more
fake
just
it.
a joke that the wheels don't work right now. So
Yeah, well, all wheels come off. I'm still fighting with my Ballista about wheels coming off sometimes.
dude, the wheels have started coming off since 362.
Yeah.
The wheels are just fucking popping out left and right
Yeah.
now. We are back to like 3.2 mode.
1 step forward, 6 steps back. It's okay. We'll get there. So yeah, so I think the big surprise, and you know, I don't seriously know if it'd ever be the Kraken or anything. It would be amazing if the surprise ship would be a large ship instead of just that. And I feel like now that we've gotten the 890 out, like it's showing it's feasible to put out big shit, even though it's just in this universe that's we can't use all the functionality. Doesn't mean you can't have a big boat. So that would be cool. But I'm expecting to see more talk about redefining what it means to be a live game and all that stuff. That's not what I want to see. That's what I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see the reimagination of how they're going to be doing the stuff. The same thing they talked about the, staggered development, but also like some great leaps and bounds about what it's going to be to make the game go live and expectations on that. And then for the shiny stuff, we're going to see another blip of Squadron 42. I don't think it's going to be as even a big a commercial as what we saw last time, because I don't know what they do to really top that as a teaser without spoiling it. And then I think we'll see. I think they're going to leak jump points. So, and not just like the carrot going through a jump point. I think they're going to have like a deep dive on like how they think they're going to work. I think we're going to start to see stuff like that that's going to get us excited about features to come.
I hope so.
I think that's what you'll see.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It won't be impractical.
I don't think so, but I hope so.
It won't be on the roadmap, but it'll be like, this is how the system will work. I'm hoping if they do, that'll be my happy surprise. Show me gameplay systems, show me in-game feature systems that aren't even on the schedule, because I don't give a shit. I just want to see how you think they're going to work. You know? Because one of the things I did take away from the Star Citizen Live video that I noticed that they were talking about is the fact that he said exactly, or I'll paraphrase that way I don't misquote him. He yeah, because I was gonna say exactly, and then I'll paraphrase instead. He actually said that they try to think of how all the gameplay systems are coming together before they create one gameplay system. So they try to make sure everything's looping together and be very conscious of that. From our outside perspective, at least mine, that doesn't look like that's true at all to me. But it's good to hear internally they are thinking like that, because it really feels like right now, not that any of the gameplay features they have planned are bad. As far as like the overall scope of them, maybe the first version or second version isn't something we really like. I've never seen them really like, it felt very patchwork to me, like mining. And then, hey, we're going to do this thing. And I didn't feel the continuity, in other words, of like what they've shown over the last 2 years of like how the gameplay systems interact with each other. They've never focused on that. They feel like independent loops and somehow they're going to come together. But the fact that he's restating the fact that we do think of that and we are kind of considering that as we move forward and all those things, I was like, well, that's good to know, because honestly, nobody has really addressed that at all. I would like to know more. You know? I want to know more.
Would you like to know more?
I absolutely would click the shit out of that button, because I want to know.
Baby.
I want to know, because I am, you know, I've always been the guy who sat back and said, you know, since I backed way back in the day, just kind of let them do their thing on stuff. I'm kind of more and more, I want to see how the sausage is made. I know they won't do that, because I know they would face a huge amount of criticism on their choices and path and how they got to where they are and all that crap. But I really want to know, because I feel like there's a lot of things that we feel like, how's that fit into the puzzle? Like, we look at some of these gameplay systems and things they're talking about, and we're like, we don't see how that fits. Like, okay, you're working on this bit of the economy. How's that wrap into medical? Where's medical at in this whole dynamic of this? Where's science at? Where's it? You talked about having superconductors and stuff and being able to twig.
I can't wait for the science, dude.
Yeah.
I hope it's not half-assed. I so hope it's not.
I don't want to be, and I don't want to be patchwork. I don't want to feel like it's not, you know, I don't see the continuity in the gameplay systems, especially when they go through and they rework the UI on like one or two items so much. I'm like, if you're building multiple systems to eventually meet here and like you're just trying to get the UI down in this one thing, I feel like you're a lot farther off from coming to a full, you know, merged idea of like how this all looks. So I'd like them to quell my mind and thinking like, hey, this doesn't look like you're even close on these things. I'd like to see that. That's just my opinion.
Toy, I think you need my emote. That's like the third time I've seen you put NDA.
So much NDA.
I got one myself, but it hasn't been approved yet. It's been like a week. How long does it take to get these damn emotes approved?
About 5 minutes.
I didn't know I could have more than one.
It's like literally 5 minutes, maybe 10.
Really? What
yeah,
the
absolutely.
Hell? Nobody loves me.
There's a
I mean, if you maybe you took
makes it super fast.
Yeah, if you took the ass out of it too, it'd probably work. Don't have so much ass in your emote, it'd probably work.
I'm not. I was gonna say I'm not trying to brag. It's just like that's why it's instant.
Yeah. I'm not partnered. I rub it in.
Hey, dude, we could change that. You just gotta stream. You just gotta stream the same game constantly. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Next question was, who from your crew is at TwitchCon? I think we already addressed that.
I am.
I sent you a picture that's got Scorpion in it. Matt.
Oh, did you?
It's got all the guys from a party out there at TwitchCon. Send it to you in Discord.
Oh, cool. That's pretty awesome. And no, I won't share.
Okay.
I will. I'll just put the link in chat though, because I don't have all the other things up right now. Too many computers, too much stuff. What's the other? The chat disappeared. Come back, chat.
Probably the thunder.
Yeah, the thunder blew it away.
Yep.
There you guys go. Let's see. And if that's a virus, it's totally Toy's fault.
Fair enough.
What are your thoughts about the fun factor for quantum prediction? We already kind of addressed that. Aeon says, do you take on new SpaceBro streamers? We are a closed group and we do like invite only. We don't take applications for the team. Zafuro says, do you think we will see some centralized battle in Star Marine or Arena Commander? Path on big maps like Raid and other MMO? I hope so. They actually mentioned something about that in that last video. The Star System Live. They talked about the fact he's like, we have Arena Commander, but we have no place for ground vehicles in that, whole genre, which that's the place it would go because it's more vehicle centric, right? And in Star Marine, you have Star Marine, but we have no like larger scale battle area. We don't have a ship that you play in, all those things. So that's, that's a whole thing. So they're obviously very conscious of the fact that they want to be able to include more of the vehicles and more of the different scenarios in one or both of those type of modes. So
hear me out on this. Very craft with me. Okay. We have ArcCorp. It's an entire world that's a city. We have Area 18, 17, 16, all those cities and whatever. All this space they talk about they don't want to use because they don't want repeated, businesses or whatever. But imagine in some of those between the city areas, putting arenas out there with ground vehicles. Maybe you have a ground track for Cyclones to go on a ground track, and maybe another one's an oval track for the Noxes
ground tracks and shit. Yes,
and the X ones. That would be the perfect place for it. They could spread them across the planet, and that way you could take trams from city to city to go to track. That would just be the perfect idea. I wish somebody from CIG would listen to me on that and put that in. It would use up the space they already have that's just being faked right now that you can't do anything with, and actually use it. It would be perfect.
Yeah. I still think it'd be a cool area to race in too, would be ArcCorp, for the people who like the racing and stuff, both on ground and in the air. Let's see. Also, Zafar also asks, he says, what is your hope for 2020 Star Citizen? What do you hope to see in Star Citizen next year? Anybody can go.
In the medical
fucking
stuff.
beta.
The beta?
Oh, beta.
Release
42?
Oh, 42? Oh, okay. That's it? That's all you guys hope for?
That's all I want next year, Squadron 42.
Chris Roberts has beat you down. He's like, I'm low bar. I want a beta.
I hope that they stick to their fucking timeline. That's
oh my god. That'd be a dream, wouldn't it?
Listen, if you look at the stuff that needs to be done, it's all polished in version 2, 3, 4 of shit. They're not going to have any problem. There's very, very few brand new mechanics that they're pushing.
Somebody clip that.
Zero-G push and pull.
Somebody clip that. Toy says, look,
in one
if you
year
look
we'll
at
find
thing, they're literally just 1, 2, 3. They're done. It's going to be easy, no problem.
All right, you mark me on it. I have faith.
There's no doubt we will. Somebody clip that and pin that on the bulletin board. We'll bring it up next year, middle of the year. Come on. All right. Final question of the night, also from Zafura, says, what is the next great ship after the Banu Defender?
Well, the Defender would have to be a great ship to start with, so.
Ooh. What?
Ouch.
Burn!
Well, the Hercules is coming up. The Hercules.
Yeah, I think the Herc. If you mean releasing, I'd say the Herc.
Okay. Is that the way you feel too, Drones?
Yes, yeah.
You all feel the same? You all feel the same way about this? Okay. We'll go with that then.
Except for the Banu Defender. I want to get in an arena with Mr. Tickles right now.
Oh, man. Toy and Tickles thrown down. Here we go.
That sounds too sexy for anyone to see.
The sexiest combat battle arena on Twitch. Perfect. Love it, baby. All right. Well, that's it for us, guys.
Holy shit,
Wow.
it's midnight and it's
Almost finishing on exact time and all that stuff. Imagine
That
that.
is the first.
That's crazy, baby. I go narrating. That'd be hilarious. She would narrate for about 20 minutes till she didn't give a shit anymore. And then she'd just be like, yeah, whatever, guys.
which is every day.
She narrates Tickle's life right now. So she's over there narrating him.
I say she runs my life. Are you kidding me?
Yep. Writes it, narrates it. That's the whole deal. I know the feeling. Fortunately, my wife goes to bed early, so therefore I can say all that.
Yeah, mine's in bed right now, but
Yeah.
we'll
She
see.
knows. She knows.
CSA, it's felt.
Yeah. Feel Tickle's presence in the falls. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you all for being here. Great show tonight. Got some good information out there. Had some great discussions. Appreciate everybody in chat being here. Don't forget, I do have a gift card giveaway going on for my channel between now and Monday. We're drawing it, $25. And you can choose between Steam, Amazon, and Star Citizen for the gift card, whoever wins it. So, and you don't have to sub or anything, just to, do the whole deal. And then we should have links in there. Yeah. There you go. Look at that. Toy's so on the ball. That's it. He did his mod work for the one time this year. He might get a sword back. It's perfect. It's perfect. So other than that, guys, we'll see you all later.
Good night.
Have a great night.
Night, guys.
Oh no, I think I hear my wife calling me. It's gonna happen.
Oh boy.
Jump out.
Run.
Run for
Bye,
it.
guys.
Have a good one.